Hi, Portia. Thanks for Zooming with me today. I just wanted to catch up with you and talk about how you're finding being a VA and showing our clients and want to be VAs what it looks like a day in the life of Portia. Um, so, first of all, do you want to start with why you wanted to be a VA?
Yeah, so I wanted to be a VA because I wanted to kind of expand my skill set. So kind of go into different avenues of skills I didn't already have. I already had a base, so my background's events and marketing, but I hadn't done a lot of online, digital, or lead generation and so on. So partly that's why I wanted to be a VA.
And how have you found being a VA now that you've had some solid experience behind you?
I'm really enjoying it. I really like the challenge. I've got a few case studies, or clients that I've worked on where I've had a few things thrown my way, have been unsure on what to do, but working in it's strange. You're working by yourself, but you're also working in a team, so you can always go and talk to someone else about like an issue, etc. Yeah, etc. of a client.
Challenges. What challenges have you faced?
Um, One of the big challenges for me is I've come from an agency, so I was always in a team environment. So it's been a bit of a struggle, I guess, working by yourself and, sticking to your routine at home. It's very easy to roll out of bed and just chuck on your PJs or keep your PJs on. So making sure that you get up, you do your workout in the morning, you have your coffee, you have your breakfast, set up at your desk, and then I guess you have to stay connected with people. So you need to stay communicated within your VA team, bounce ideas off people, always like network. It's keeping some normality, I guess, is a big one.
So
For
have
me.
you been able to find ways to connect with people so when you are working from home, you're not talking to yourself or
Yeah, so the big one, I guess, with working at Uva has been really good meeting the new girls and that around the country and, talking to them, even talking to, I guess, Abdul. He's
yes.
overseas somewhere. But, it's keeping those conversations going, but also having banter with one another. It's also made me become a lot more confident with reaching out to other people and, I guess virtual administration, networking teams, and then online through LinkedIn as well, getting people's advice. So it's definitely built my confidence up.
You've done really well.
I'm crying.
What have been the highlights?
Highlights, probably meeting lots of new people. That's been a big one. Working for clients I wouldn't have usually worked for previously, like coming from an agency background, I mainly worked with FMCG clients. So, I guess working out of that, working with coaches, um, working with property and so on, that's been really cool. And it's definitely diverse my skill set and then diverse my client portfolio. Um,
So you've also got your own business. How has being a VA and part of a team challenged you as you grow your own business or helped you? Or how do you find the two different roles?
it's quite funny because they're quite
Yes.
different. So with my own personal business, it's more events and experiential marketing focus. So that's doing your brand activations and having brand ambassadors out and about. And then I guess virtual admins completely different, but they're aligned at the same point. But I guess they've kind of complemented each other. Like with the virtual administration, it's given me more skills to focus on my business, like learning SEO, also learning lead generate. I didn't know anything really about lead generation. and now I do MailChimp, all of that kind of stuff.
Uh,
Which,
and I have to say, I gave you a lead generation role and a really hard CRM to use, Agile CRM, and you nailed it, Portia. I was losing my head with the automation, so
well, now I know it, so that's good. But and HubSpot's a lot easier.
yes.
But no, what I've done now is I use Trello a lot. So I put all my jobs in there with my business, with Uva as well, and then I allocate times for each client per day. But if I do have urgents that need, like if I have deadlines, I get them done, and I just put a focus and block out part of the day. So yeah, no, I think it's worked quite well, and it's important to stay busy.
Yes, and being in a routine really helps,
Yes,
working
yeah.
from home. So, how has your work-life balance changed since this time last year when you were working as an
Yeah, so
employee? Because I know that you said you were AWOL a couple of hours yesterday doing the shot over jet.
yeah, I think that's the thing is, and it's something even teaching my partner about is like sometimes he'll be like, "Why are you working at 9 o'clock at night?" And I'm like, "Well, I had a hair appointment today, for 3 hours," or you can be at the hairdresser's working. That's the
Yeah,
cool part. Like I went to the hairdresser's yesterday and have my laptop and I'm just typing away, and you can do that. There's a lot more flexibility. Yeah, I don't have travel time anymore, so that saves nearly 2 hours a day, which
yeah,
is great. It's just knowing when to switch off. I think that's the big thing that I'm still learning because I'm still new to it with my own business, because it's very easy, even my own business, to go, oh, I've done all my client work, but now I need to do this.
yeah,
Um, so it's going, these are my working hours. Where do I fit my 8 hours or 10 hours within a day?
yeah.
Doesn't all have to be during, because we've got, I guess I work with Bex over in the UK, so their times is completely different too. So, yeah, it's just trying to adjust and I guess make sure that you do have a routine and that you can fit those hours in and making sure you can switch off and take time for yourself. I think that's been a big one.
Switching off and taking
Yeah,
time and not feeling guilty about it.
yeah, yeah,
Um, uh, because that's why one of the reasons why you're doing this and
yeah. And I
working
think
remotely.
I know me personally, and there might be other people out there. It's I'm really bad for if I'm on my laptop at night and then I see an email come up from my client and it's like I just need this to be done. I'll just do it then.
Yeah,
I don't know to go, oh, that can wait for tomorrow.
yeah.
Um,
You
so
not
that's
need to have your notifications on.
I know. But isn't that
um,
funny? When I was working for an agency, I never had my email notifications linked to my phone. I would ignore it. But now I've got my own business and then doing the VA work, I've got it connected. So.
it's naughty, Portia. Um, okay, what would you tell a possible client about working with a VA for the first time?
I think the big thing is communication. Like I guess it's when you've got, I don't know, it's interesting. I find this is me, I'm using this as an example from when I was in agency working with clients to now. I felt like when I was in an agency, it's very easy to be able to disconnect from a client or a team because there's always lots of people around and the communication barriers can break down quite easily. Like I've been in big corporations before and you have 10 people on one client and then one person says one thing and then it doesn't get communicated back. Where if you have a VA, you've got that direct person. So if you've got an issue, you can call them straight away and that's the person that's going to be the face, I guess. Yeah, they're the face of your brand or business. And then, yeah, if you have any issues, you can just call them if they are the ones, because they're the ones working on your business all the time, they can always help grow it and give you advice on what they think,
Yeah.
you
So
know?
it's not just about ticking off tasks. It's
Yeah, it's
tapping
actually,
into experience.
yeah,
Yeah.
and enjoying it,
Yeah.
you know, and I think if you have a VA, they just become absorbed with your brand. Like I know even working with Bex with the SWWJ, I knew nothing about that organization beforehand, and it's amazing what they're doing, and I'm learning so much, and I'm, you know, getting to hear about all the speakers they're having and authors, and it's pretty incredible. And then you start to dive in deeper and find
And
out more about
invested
it.
in it. Yeah.
Yeah, you become really passionate about it, where I find sometimes, yeah, being an employer for a business, it's just ticking off tasks,
Yeah.
where you have more of a choice, I think, as well, being a VA. If you don't feel like you align with maybe that brand or that product, you can say no.
Yeah.
Where, yeah, employer, you don't really have a choice as such. You know, you're given a client and then that's the client you have to work on. You can't turn around and say no. So that's actually quite good for the client side as well, because they're getting people that are actually passionate
And
about
have chosen to work with
yeah.
them. Yeah. All right, Portia, what would you tell someone that's looking at remote work options about being a VA? What's one positive and one negative?
Well, I don't know. I was going to say the big thing about being a remote VA is you need a really good computer and,
and internet
and an internet connection, and you need a desk. You need a desk and you need your own area. You can't, like, I've always, I mean, I'm a bit naughty because my desk is in my bedroom at the moment, but at the new place, I want to, yeah, have like my own area, so then I can, that's, you know, my working area, and keep it separated. But I don't know if I've got any negatives. I guess the one for me would be you don't always have people to bounce ideas off, but you know, it's, I know some people really enjoy being in a work environment and going to networking events
and being around people.
Yeah, being around people.
Yeah.
However, turning that negative into a positive is you can do that. There's a lot of virtual assistant networking events. I mean, you guys also do the weekly Zooms, and, you know, we always stay in touch with one another. I've also joined the Queenstown Chamber of Commerce down here, which do networking events. So it's just getting out there and meeting new people and like-minded remote workers, because you got to remember, you're not the only one that's remote working. There's thousands of people that are remote working, and it is the new norm now. So that's like a negative but a positive. A big positive for me is I've just learned so much. Like, I've learned a huge amount within 6 months, 8 months, I don't know. Which I don't think, if I'd stayed in an agency, I don't think I would have got that skill set or learned how to use CRM systems or how to use MailChimp and so on. And they're all really good quality skills to have. And it helps you, I guess, also going into a digital world, which we are faced with now.
So you enjoy the variety and the constant.
I love the variety,
because the upskilling isn't always easy, and tools are always improving and changing, and different clients have different.
I think it's an ongoing battle, you know. Like, that's unfortunately that's technology. It's always being upgraded and changed. And if you're not, I personally think if you're not willing to upskill or learn new skills, then probably being a VA is not right for you. You know, you know, you got to. If a client asks to do something or you're unsure, you've got to learn about it. You know, if you don't, I mean, I know with me with the CRM system, I had no idea, but I sat there for hours on end researching, learning things.
Yeah.
And because I've done that, I now have a skill set I didn't have before.
Yes.
So
And plus you learned using one of the harder
yeah,
CRMs, which then, like you say, you go to something like HubSpot, so it's easy, but
yeah,
you know how to do it the hard way
yeah,
as well.
yeah, which is great. And it's important, I think, to have. I think that's also another thing is, there's like Trello and then there's Asana. There's so many different varieties of one product
Yeah.
as well. So once you know one product, it's quite easy to learn the rest.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I think overall being a VA is pretty amazing, and you get to work with cool people, and
Yeah.
you've just got to be good, I think, at working by yourself, but then at the same time being able to reach out to people,
Yes.
and
Making the effort to
yeah,
communicate. Yeah.
and it's the same with your clients as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look, that's been awesome. Thank you so much for sharing all that, Portia.
No, that's all right. No worries.
You'll look forward to seeing this video on our website. I'm going to put glasses and a moustache on your face. So much for that hair appointment yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
But thank you so much for sharing that. I hope it helps clients know a bit more about the life of a VA, and people that are wanting to be a VA a bit more about what's involved and
Yeah.
what to look for, and yeah. So that's a wrap.
Cool.
Hang on, I'll